Hey you, how's everybody doing? How are you? Pardon me. So I wanted to, before we get started, there is a person. hmm, Hello. That wrote a book, and as soon as I find out the book, I will tell you guys about it. Listen, anytime I hear or see people that are doing something, especially in the field of writing, I'm always going to tell you guys about it. Hey, what's going on, dear? How are you? I'm going to always tell you guys about it because I love reading, as you guys know. Book a day, this guy. And once we're done, I think I'm going to kind of probably transition over to reading a little bit more and probably talking about books. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to talk about books, period. Just throwing it out there. How you doing, Miss Anya? How are you, dear? How are you? She's, oh, hey, what's up, Chris? Everybody says, you know what? We're actually doing quite fine. I appreciate that, guys. I very much do. I appreciate that. Today, ladies and gentlemen, what? So, before we get started, my name is Fearless Cummings. This is, ladies and gentlemen, day 90 officially. Can we get our round of applause on? Hey, what's up, Rebecca? Can we get our round of applause on? Today is day 90. 3 months. Today we are celebrating 3 months of coaching, live training, live Q&A. Come on, man. What? Live. No edits. We didn't edit anything. Everything is live. Good, bad, and different. Whether I messed up or not, you saw it all. You saw everything. You saw every last bit of it. Thank you, guys. Thank you for taking this journey with me. We got 10 more days. We got 10 more officially. You know, another reason why I wanted to get in here and get these 100 done is because, again, you know, you can't tell a person that you're going to do something and then not do it. Because then that's going to make you a liar. That's going to make you a hypocrite. Okay? It's going to make you a liar and a hypocrite. My name is Fearless Cummings. The reason why you guys see uh, um sorry about that. I just got a calm thing. Give me a second. So here's the thing. For those of you who are new to Ags Fearless, first off, thank you guys. I am a life coach, philosophy coach. I basically teach philosophical principles. Right? It's every time we do this, I'm always talking about I do something different. But at the end of the day, I kind of help people to. I give you some tools, tips, and strategies for your dreams, goals, aspirations, and problems. What you choose to do with it is on you, but my job is to give it to you. Okay. Um, we've been doing this for what almost 100 days, 90 days today. So if you're new, thank you. We do get kind of deep in our conversations. We might ease up a little bit. I don't know. Today, we're going to be talking about Dante's Inferno. I don't know if you guys know about who he was. I'll touch on it and then kind of move on from there. But he wrote this long poem describing certain parts of hell. And we were talking about something not too long ago. And I was like, wow, you know what? I think I want to talk about that next. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. So tonight's going to be a bit of a touchy subject. So if you are easily offended, you should probably go somewhere else. I'm not going to take it personal. Only 0.2% show up to my lives anyway, so it's not going to bother me one iota. So, but if you are here, I appreciate you guys so much. For the ones that have stayed with me since day one, thank you. Thank you so much. You are the first to the party. And one day people are going to be interviewing you and asking, how the hell did you do that with that guy? He was insufferable. But either way, man, I appreciate you guys. All right, let's keep it pushing. So today is what? Almost. So today will be what? 34 days? 34 days since we took that vow of commitment to ourselves. How have you guys been doing with keeping your word? How have you been doing with that, Chris? How about you, Miss Rebecca? And we always get new people in here. We do. Hello. How are you guys? Oh, Chris said I'm doing really good. Rebecca said excellent, perfect. Miss Anya, how you doing, dear? Miss Anya, how you doing? Hold on one second. So let me get the let me get the sound going right now. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you can see this or not, but you are now entering the learning zone. You understand what I'm saying? You're right now, you're entering the learning zone. Okay? Just wanted to let you know. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's a great thing. We're not going to do word of the day today because I kind of got to get through our things today. But tomorrow, um, since tomorrow will be the start of our last day, for the most part, um, at least pertaining to our 100. Um, yeah, yeah, it's gonna be the last of the 100. Da, 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 da. Hell yes, Rebecca, I love that. Love that. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. As since I am a life coach, since I am your personal consigliere, your personal advisor, your life coach, your philosopher of the evening, I do want to give you this. I'm only here to help. Okay? That's what I'm here to do. I am here to help. Hey, what's up, Renita? That's fine, dear. I'm only here to help. Okay? But before we get started, ladies and gentlemen, especially if you're new to all of you, if you can hear the booing, That's that external chitter chatter that you'll hear. Ladies and gentlemen, in every young man's life, in every old head's life, people are going to hate you for whatever you do. All I ask, ladies and gentlemen, and as you walk through that shadow of death, I hope that you walk with your head held high in the immortal words of Stone Cold Steve Austin. Can I get a hell yeah? Can I get a hell yeah? Hell yeah, I want to learn. Hell yeah, I want something better for myself. Hell yes, I'm going to work harder for my family. Hell yes, I'm going to work harder for myself. That's what we're saying, hell yeah. Hell yeah, I want to learn something new. Thank you, Christopher. Thank you, Miss Anya. I appreciate you guys. Let me shut this off now. Thank you, Rebecca. I know Miss Renitas is coming soon. It's okay. Do you think? Thank you, dear. All right, so here's the thing. Since everything that I do is about training, Q&A, all that stuff, I ask, ladies and gentlemen, that you grab yourself a pen pad or something that you need to stay focused. Snacks, drinks, blankets, snuggie, charger, pens, papers, whatever you need to get focused. Are you ready, ladies and gentlemen? Are you guys ready? Look at this. We're starting in under 13 minutes. I love it. So today we are going to talk about the hell that we create. Yes, you heard me correctly. The hell that we create and why Dante's Divine Comedy is still a hit. I should have told you guys, I wrote up a small little synopsis of Dante, but we're just going to go into it. And if we have some time, I'll kind of talk about it or whatever. But yeah, what's up, Jer Bear? We're going to jump right on in, though. Okay, so number one. So, number one, there's 9 different levels of hell that this guy created. You heard me correctly. 9, right? And the cool thing about him, let me see if I can put it, I'm going to put this out there first. So, the fun fact about him is that he was petty on a spiritual level. Petty as fuck. So, if he didn't like you, he would put real life political enemies in hell by name. So imagine writing a poem that's so deep, that's so visceral, that's so crazy, that 700 years later, you heard me correctly, 700 years later, people still know who you hated. Ain't that crazy? Let me ask you, who do y'all, show of hands, does any of you hate somebody so much that in 700 years, people will still know them by name? Does anybody hate somebody so much that in 700 years, people will know them by name? I'm just asking. Oh, shit. Rebecca said, damn. Chris said, I too. Fuck. Okay, you got damn. Wow. Okay. Well, I guess you guys are amongst company then, because good old Dante here, that was one of his things. He wrote the Divine Comedy. Listen to this. Let me find it right quick. When did Dante write his Divine Comedy? Man, that shit was horrible. So listen to this, guys. He wrote this here. Let me show you. I don't know if you guys could see it, but he wrote the Divine Comedy between 1308 and 1321. I think he died in 1321. Listen to this. This is almost 200 years before the Bible that we know of today. That's when he wrote that. So this work predates the Bible as we know it. Now, here's the thing, there were multiple Bibles before the King James Version. There was a bunch of them. I got a bunch of them here at my house. But that's how old this shit is. And this shit still hits like it did 700 years ago. All right, so let's get started. All right, so the first level of hell is being stuck in limbo. Another word for limbo is purgatory. Purgatory. How many of us know about purgatory? Show of hands. If you don't, purgatory is a place between heaven and hell. So the theme is that it's not evil, it's just being stuck. A life in motion, a life with motion, but no meaning. We all just got through talking about what was it? What was the thing that we just finished up? Um, Joseph Campbell, The Hero's Journey. So you know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, you know exactly what I was talking about, right? So the hero's journey, um, and what this would technically be considered the ordinary world. Nothing good, nothing bad, just is what it is, right? You're just living. So the example is that a high functioning adult with success but no purpose. What's the sense of having a crap ton of money and success and this and the other if you have no purpose, no family, nobody to share with? You're just sitting in your big ass house by yourself, right? It's not hell or heaven, it just is what it is, right? So the other example is that the overthinker, it's the overthinker who's always preparing but never committed. And I know that we know a bunch of people like that who are always chitter chatter, always thinking about what they want to do, but they rarely actually put one foot in front of the other. They rarely ever make that phone call. They rarely ever walk out the house and go get their walk on. Hey, what's up, Yachty? They rarely ever talk about the stuff or do what they talked about. Okay. So here's our ponder this story. Are you moving through life or just spinning in place with no inner map? And we know people like that. Just kind of spinning around like a broken compass all over the place. No, no sense of direction. Right? So that's what limbo is. That's what purgatory is. That's what it means to just be stuck. All right, so number 2, lust. We're ruled by passion, but not by principle. So the theme is that the search for love without foundation. Oh man, I want a relationship. What do we? And you hear people talk about this all the time. That I want a good relationship. I want somebody who's honest. I want somebody who's not so controlling. I want somebody who's there for me. I want somebody who's this and the other. But you're none of those things that you're asking for. So you're lusting after something that you're not yourself. And that's what he was talking about when he was creating these 9 levels of hell. First off is limbo, being just kind of stuck nowhere, right? Second part is lust. Lust. And we're being ruled by the so-called passion, but no principle in it. Why do you think that one of the things that we sat down and talked about early on was having a set of principles? If you notice, I still haven't asked you guys what your passions are. And it's not that I don't care, it's that I understand which one comes first. That's almost like talking about having values before beliefs. Beliefs will always come before values. Always. See what I mean? So your principles has to come before your passions. Like, what do you stand for? Right? So the example is that a person constantly chasing love, but they're only doing it to escape being lonely. I don't want to be lonely no more. Okay. So then what do we do?
Hey Dad, can Jeremy borrow a charger?
You see me online.
Sorry.
Thank you. Children. That's why I love live. That's why I love live. Like, I'm just sitting here doing nothing. Anyway. All right, so a person is constantly chasing love, but they're doing it to escape loneliness, right? Second thing is celebrities who confuse validation with connection. You see a lot of that shit online now. Thank you, Majadi. You see a lot of that shit with online now. We think, oh, just because we got a whole bunch of views, that means that oh my followers, we're a family. The fuck are you talking about? No, you're not. You're interesting to them. That's it. There, there's no connection there. But because you have a bunch of views, oh, people fuck with me. They like me. No, they don't. There's no sense of connection. You either did, said, or something was done to you that was funny, sad, or indifferent. That's it. That's all. You ever know those people who go viral once and they're like, oh, y'all got all these fans now, but nobody really watches or listens to shit that you talk about? I mean, look at my stuff, right? I have 4,000, I have almost 5,000 friends on, hey, what's up, Jibber? I have almost 5,000 friends on Facebook. 5,000. There's 6 of you here right now. 5,000. I'm connected with each of you. You see what I'm saying? I'm connected with you. But my validation isn't based on whether you show up or not. My validation is based on whether I showed up or not. See what I mean? So ponder this. Is it love you're is it love you're chasing or just relief from loneliness? If you think about when we get online, are you online because you're interested in watching something or learning something? Or are you just online because you don't want to be bored or you don't want to sit with yourself or you don't want to examine yourself? You don't want to ask yourself any of those tough, hard questions. I've had to do that several times. Okay. All right. Gluttony. Okay. Again, we got a few more. So, gluttony, excess as escape, right? So the theme here is pleasure used as a buffer against truth, right? Again, I mean, going back to the relationship thing, going back to the uh, 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 connection and validation. Are you do you want a girlfriend? Do you want a boyfriend? Do you want a relationship? Do you want connection because you don't want to be by yourself? Because you're trying to escape one thing. So I want to surround myself around all this other stuff, right? So the example is emotional eating to avoid pain. Fuck, I've been there. Hey, there's this place over in Shadron, Nebraska called Donald's Hot Stuffed Pizza. Next to, I'm gonna give you my top three: Godfather's, Pizza King, not Pizza Counter, Pizza King over in Council Bluffs, and I would throw Orsies in there, but I would throw them in top five. But what was I going with? Godfather's, Pizza King. What was the other one? There was another one so good. Oh my gosh. Donald's Hot Stuffed Pizza. That's what it was. Donald's, so good. So good. Closed down. They're done. I used to get high. I mean, I used to do stuff and I used to eat their food years ago. Years ago. And I didn't understand that what I was doing was eating my pain away. Right? I was alone. I was mentally, physically, spiritually just by myself. And it wasn't until I met my first mentor at that point that I started to kind of understand what was going on with me. Once I got it, I understood, and then I switched that up. I still love me some Donald Todd stuff. Unfortunately, they're closed though, so yeah, it is what it is. Anywho, I think they closed permanently because of COVID. Crazy, dude. But whatever. So so binging, addictive binging, media, food, sex, all this without self-reflection. All of this without self-reflection, right? I mean, think about us scrolling, just scrolling and scrolling for hours on end. Lord knows I've done it. I was telling Jessica, I think shit a couple months ago, about the difference between just scrolling for no reason and actually watching something that's worth listening to, something that's going to help you grow as a person. And I had to explain to her that no, there's a difference between just scrolling, and actually just sitting down watching one thing and absorbing what you're watching, right? There's this thing in marijuana that when people smoke too much, what happens is that um, it becomes more difficult for them to just sit still for no reason. Especially the more you smoke, the more you smoke, the more you smoke. That shit starts getting smaller, 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 right? And then you start wondering why people have to stay intoxicated for so long. I can't function without it. I'm sure you can. I can't function with it. So, I mean, So ponder this. What are you feeding that's actually starving you? So again, you can sit there and watch, stroll and scroll and scroll and scroll all day long. But if you're not learning anything, what are you doing? You see what I'm saying? If it's not feeding your mind mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, what are you doing? And I'm not telling you to not do it. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is moderation. Regardless, and what we eat, my shit, even working out, do it in moderation. Do it in moderation. Just saying. Okay? Sex. Watching pornography. Same shit. Moderation. If you find yourself constantly looking at certain relationships and objectifying the person that you're with based on what you saw, then bro, you probably got a problem. Remember when I told y'all about watching all them Instagram models clapping? I, I had to stop. It was becoming too much. Okay? All right, let's go to the next one. Greed, which again, we all know about that one. The fear of never enough. The fear of never enough. Theme is hoarding or chasing more out of fear, but not fulfillment. How much money do you need? So, I mean, think about that. How much money do you need? It's so funny because when we talked about money before or whatever, the way that I feel about money is not the way some of you guys do. And obviously vice versa. But for some of you guys, y'all don't look at like as long as y'all can pay bills, have enough for a rainy day, have enough to go entertain yourselves and travel and this and the other, you cool. You don't need to be multimillionaires. I mean, there's nothing wrong with 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 becoming one, but some of y'all don't give a fuck one way or the other on that. If it happens, great. If it doesn't, cool. Do I have enough to pay bills? Do I have enough to put gas in the car? Do I have enough to put food on the table? Do I have enough for air conditioning, heat during the wintertime, or blankets, extra clothes? As long as I got enough for that, some of you guys are cool. I feel the same way, right? Example, a millionaire obsesses with control. But here's a problem with that. It ain't just millionaires who do that. How many of us, how many of us also obsessed with being in control? Show of hands. How many of us try to control every goddamn thing? So it's not just a millionaire type of mindset. It's a mindset of being obsessed with just being in control in general, which doesn't always help. Right? Doesn't always help. The other example is a gambler always chasing more but is never satisfied. How many of us know people who should not be at the casino? Yeah, I'll put I. How many of y'all know somebody who should not be at the casino? How many of y'all know somebody who should not be there? You ain't got no business. Najati said yes. Christopher said yes. I'm saying yes. Ain't got no business being at nobody's casino. It's almost like, bro, you should be ashamed of yourself. Y'all see what I'm saying? You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Because they have no self-control there. Listen, when I go to the casino, I promise y'all, I promise you, if I'm balling, I'll take $50. 50. Or I'll pull $50 out and go play a penny machine. As soon as I'm out, now here's the thing. Let's say that I put in like $20 or I go to a dollar machine. Let's say I get $300-$400 or some shit like that. You want to know what I do? I fucking leave. I leave. They don't get a chance to win back their money. If I ever won like $1 million there, they'll never see me again. Ever. They won't. You are not. They'll be like, yeah, we like to comp your room. We like to give you this. We like to give you that. Perfect. Wonderful. Yes, that'd be great. You're gonna comp the food too? Oh my God, yes. I'll never go downstairs and spend that shit again. You won't get shit from me. Nothing. Because I don't have an I have an addictive behavior. Just not at the casinos. I don't. I don't. Other shit, yes. That, no. Nope. But I know people who should not be at casinos at all. These are the people who, and they tell you all the time, the worst thing that can happen to a person at a casino is that you win. It's not that you lose. The worst thing that can happen to you at the casino is you win. You win. Nobody. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Nope. I went in. I remember one day I went in. I think I spent $40. I was probably at the casino for 15 minutes. Lost more money. Walked the fuck back out. I promise you I was there for 15 minutes. That was it. Now, if I go with somebody else, I'll drink soda and watch them play. But as far as me playing, I'm cool. Nope. I like to people watch. I like to look at people because I know that they're shitting on themselves and urinating on themselves because they don't want to get up and go to the bathroom. I thought it'd be a great business idea to sell like adult diapers to people at casinos. And then they call you like, hey, I need to go change my diaper. Got you. Go in, sit in their seat so they can get up and go change. Come back, boom. Or you could just be a seat filler at the casino. That's a good idea too. That 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 actually might be better now that I think about it. It's actually more practical. Yeah, let's scrap that first business idea. Let's go with the second one. That might just work easier. But then what happens if it's a holiday? Oh, you could charge double. Oh no, there it is. There it is. I don't know. Anyway, so ponder this. Are you building wealth or are you burying your wealth beneath it? Are you building wealth or are you burying your wealth beneath it? I remember there was a story about James Brown, the singer. He used to bury his money in the woods and shit. I'm not joking. Millions of dollars buried in the woods because he was like, he didn't want the IRS touching his money. I don't think he understood that that's not how that works. So he think that if you have your money in your account, they can just go in. Thank you. They can just go in and take your money, which I mean they can or whatever, but that traditionally is not how that works. But that's what he would do. He would bury his shit out in the woods, dead ass. Whatever. All right, number 5. So the wrath, unprocessed pain turned outward. And I know we all know people like this because some of us are this. So the theme is anger as defense, projection, or decay. Example, a person who ruins relationships through being passively aggressive. Then the other example is social media rants that dehumanize others in the name of justice. Social media rants that dehumanize others in the name of so called justice. Right? Turning that unprocessed pain outward. Do you guys remember when I told y'all that if you have an issue, right? If you have issues with anger, if you have issues with, if you still got that deep seated pain that you have, you better open that shit up and see it for yourself. Because what happens is there's a bunch of people who are no longer with us, whether in jail or in the graveyard, because somebody found out who they were and knocked them off out of their position and exposed them for who and what they actually were. And because of that, they retaliated and shared all the anger, pain, frustration, hatred on that person. See what I mean? So we can't sit and say that, well, I'm in a really good relationship, this and the other. And some of us could say that, I guess, whatever. But if you already have some deep seated pain or shit you went through in previous relationships that you never got over, you don't think you ain't gonna take that next shit into the next one? People used to ask me all the time, bro, why do you stay single for long periods of time? Because I like being around. I don't mind being alone. I'm not gonna say I prefer it. I just like being. I don't mind being alone. So if I'm in a relationship with somebody, it's because I choose to be. It's because I want to be, not because of some deep seated thing I already got. Which I got my issues. I've already talked about that. I got my issues, but I don't have so much pain that I'm gonna direct my shit towards my mate. If that makes any sense, right? The issues I got might be deep seated, but I got a flashlight on my shit. Like, no, like that. This is where it is. I mean, when I'm walking through some shit or I'm going through some stuff, I can set off some metal detectors with the type of shit I got going on inside of me. But I at least understand what it is and where it's coming from. So when you're dealing with other people, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna say it's. I think it would be a little harder to knock me off of my shit because I at least understand who I am and that I do have certain issues. So when I feel that coming on, I know how to shut it off. I know how to walk the fuck away, or I know how to just tune you the fuck out. For the most part, depending on who you are. Other people, I just gotta walk away. You know what I mean? Now, let me ask you guys: do some of you guys feel the same way about that? That there's some people, there's some situations, there's some circumstances where you just gotta walk the fuck away because you're still dealing with that fucking deep seated, unprocessed pain or anger or frustration, and you do not want to project that shit towards whoever you're dealing with. I mean, and they are making it hard. They are making it a very difficult. How many of y'all get like that? Say I. How many of you guys get like that? Where you guys have to look at that and be like, man, hey, I'm gonna have to go ahead and chill because you about to knock me up. You about to knock me out of pocket. Like, I need to get away from you, right? That's that wrath. That, and again, like we said, that is that unprocessed pain. So, and again, that's totally different from processed pain because I think a lot of us already have processed. We still got that pain, but it's processed. We're still working on some shit, but it's processed. We're talking about that type of pain that when you start crying and it comes from the pit of your stomach. You know what I'm saying? Like some old Negro spiritual type crying. You know what I'm saying? Like some, like some, like some, like some Mexican cartel. My lover was putting an oil drum type of crying. That type of shit. That's that that's that unprocessed pain. We're talking about that product that well, I mean, again, we have that processed pain, but that's the type of unprocessed pain I'm talking about. Like that shit that you don't even want to look at it. Miss Anya said I. Chris said I. Okay. So apparently it's just us three. All right. So ponder this. Is your rage protecting you or is it poisoning what matters? Is it protecting you or is it poisoning what truly matters? Come on, man. We feel a way about certain shit, don't we? We feel a way about certain shit, right? And sometimes there's nothing we can do about it. Nothing. All right, let's move on. All right, number 6. Hearsay. Ego above truth. So the theme is replacing truth with self made gospel. Example, the self proclaimed guru who denies all responsibility. The self proclaimed guru who denies all responsibility. Another second example, manipulative leaders twisting truth for control. Twisting the truth for control. We see a lot of that happening today, whether it's pertaining to the Bible, whether it's pertaining to Islam, whether it's pertaining to the government, whether it's pertaining to geopolitics, whether it's pertaining, I mean, it doesn't matter most of the stuff, but those are the things that a lot of this, that hearsay, be about your ego above truth, profit over people, right? And that's what we're seeing a lot today. We're seeing a lot of that today. I started doing a little bit of research and I was looking up like some of the people that we have in our country, some legal, some illegal, but talking about illegal individuals who are here, whether people understand it or know it or not, a lot of these individuals are paying in. I think it's like upwards of $100 billion to a system that they don't get shit out of, nothing, or whatever. So a lot of these illegals, I mean, from all walks, not we're talking we're looking at Hispanics because of what's happening at this present moment of time, and a lot of them. But again, a lot of people are being knocked out, knocked off, sent to different places. But again, I think that we are we see a lot more of the Hispanic community because it's been one of those onslaught things for years, for forever, for years. But one of the things that people don't understand is that these are the same individuals who start businesses before everybody else, mainly because nobody else is either going to hire or going to pay them enough that because they know what they're worth. So they're not coming here working for free. They're going to charge for that, right? Whether people understand it or not, when it comes to crime, a lot of these individuals do not commit a lot of these crimes because the simple fucking fact that if they commit crimes here, they get fucking deported off top. So, and not just that, but you can send the whole fucking family or put the whole family in jeopardy. I have a buddy from South Sudan. Whether he's here illegally or not, that's his business. But one of the things that he was telling me is that, man, it's so funny how your country accuses all of us of doing all this stuff. He said, dude, everybody in our community, if you fuck up, we will excommunicate you. Excommunicate means you gotta you gotta get out of our community. You gotta go. You gotta go. And depending on how bad the crime is, one of them might turn you in. Like off top. Like that's how serious that shit could be. He was saying that in our own country, we just handle it right then and there. But being in somebody else's, we're not doing all that. But then our government will tell us all kinds of other shit. I was talking to a buddy of mine, another individual who graduated from media. It wasn't media. It was he's a reporter. So at a journalism school, and he said, anytime you really want to know what's going on, stop looking at your news and start looking at the news of the people that they're talking about. So if Russia has an issue, if we have a problem with Russia, go look at Russian news. If we have a problem with China, there's enough stuff out there that you can figure out what's going on in China. But he said a lot of that you need to go see it for yourself. Go see it for yourself. Right? Go look at it for yourself. He said in the States, you guys are coddled. You guys are protected a lot of times. Because a lot of y'all don't really travel like that. So you're not gonna see the hypocrisy that your country does to other people and then sits with his hands up acting like we ain't do anything. They they don't like us because of our freedom. Not knowing all the shit that you've done to these people that you haven't told them. Because if you had told these people what you did to us, that would make us do some shit like that, they would probably understand. You know what I'm saying? If you look at or go in and study or even listen to some of um 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 the guys in the military, for instance. Hold up, we come here if you want. They'll tell you a lot of these guys was in Afghanistan, Kuwait, Iraq, you name it. A lot of these guys have been there, and there's probably one or two. So out of 50 people that I know over here, 50 that I personally know that's in the military, four or five, four or five were happy to go and be in whatever they were sent to go do. The rest of them were like, we should have never been there. We should have never done that. We should have never did. They sold us a bunch of bullshit. That's the reason why so many individuals that are in the military now are trying to get the fuck out. That's why their numbers are so low. That's why eventually they're probably gonna bring back that what is that called? Um the draft. Eventually it'll come back. Because people are not going in to the army at the rates that they were before. We're too fucking fat, dumb as fuck. And again, a lot of us just don't meet the requirements. So I mean, think about how everybody and they fucking mama got tattoos now. Everybody. And they're getting them younger and younger and younger. And they're not like they're hidden. Neck tattoos, face tattoos, hands. When you're in the military, you can't be doing all that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying. So heresy. That shit is no joke, man. Manipulating the people for your own personal gain. We see that and we don't even say anything. We see the hypocrisy, but nobody says anything because we know exactly what's going to happen to you if you do. So ponder this. Have you outgrown your belief or just outgrown accountability? And again, this is that hell that we put ourselves into. Have we outgrown the belief or have we outgrown this sense of accountability? Yeah, just something to think about. All right, fun fact. All right, so number two was hell was organized like a self help chart. So Dante didn't make hell chaotic, he gave it levels, logic, and layers. Each circle matched the intent behind it, the sin. So that's accountability disguised as poetry. So everything he did was categorized. Everything. So if you were a piece of shit for if you were a glutton for punishment, he put your name under gluttony for what you did. Again, like I said, he was the first person that he was like the first dude who created cancel culture. Like this dude was no joke. Like this man couldn't give a fuck. Just saying. Which is crazy because, I mean, here's what it is. All right, number seven. Violence. All right, Yachty, make sure Benito's here to listen to these ones. At least these last three. Violence, control through destruction. Control through destruction. So our theme is harming others, self creating, creation to feel powerful. So we're harming other people, ourselves. You okay, son? Or we are creating something to feel powerful, right? So example is domestic abusers or oh, is he? Okay, cool. So domestic abusers or self-harming addicts. This is that violence because again we want to control things, right? Example, greedy corporations destroying the earth knowingly. So you're dumping toxic chemicals into this shit. You're fucking with our water. You undo, you undo the pyramids. You know what I'm saying? You unplug the pyramids and charge us a bill for energy that we should probably be getting for free. This planet is made of fucking water, but yet instead we still have a water bill.
Please clean.
Yes. Right, but you said we still have a water bill, which is crazy. Which is crazy. Electricity comes from the earth, but yet instead we have an electric bill. And listen, if they could charge us for air, they would. Look at our food. Monsanto's made it illegal for you to be able to have certain seeds unless you get it from them. Our food is so fucked up that cancer, heart disease, diabetes, you fucking name it. Every disease known and created by man has soared since our government became corporations, especially here in the States. They don't have the same shit that we have here in England. Some of the chemicals that we use in our food here is illegal there. Some of the medications we have here is illegal there. Illegal. They're banned there. I love Orange Crush. I like Orange Sunkiss. But the Orange Crush that we have here doesn't look anything like the Orange Crush they have in the UK. Nothing like it. Matter of fact, I could sit and tell you about it. Or I could show you. Hold on, let me show you. Here we go. No, it doesn't, Yachty. You guys see what I'm saying? Y'all see what I'm saying? Doesn't even look the same. Doesn't even look the same. The one on the left literally looks like orange juice. Does it not? Come on, y'all. That looks like orange juice. That doesn't look like pop. That looks like orange juice. Correct. That is a huge difference. That's a huge, like, that's not, if you saw them both, you would be like, what? One's orange, one's yellow. Right, and that's all I'm telling you. That's all I'm saying. Again, y'all, I'm not gonna sit here and say and tell y'all shit that's not accurate. You know, we're not doing that. Whatever we talk about, whatever I'm telling you guys about, I want to be able to make sure you can see it for yourself. Right? And so, excuse me, is your real power, is your power real, or just fear dressed in force? And that's a real question to ask. Is your power real, or is it just, is that fear dressed in force? So if you think about it, it's like, well, I need you to pay your taxes. And if you don't, we're gonna put a gun in your face, put you in cuffs, and stick you in a cage with murderers, pedophiles, and the rest of the miscreants of society. But yet instead, the people who actually will bomb a small village, people who have absolutely no problem sending your children out to die and be slaughtered, they don't ever face jail. They have this thing called qualified immunity. You know what I'm saying? That's actually the same thing that cops have. Let me show you what that is. Because I'm sure some of y'all. Hold on one second. Let me show you. Okay, here, let me show you guys this right quick. So, qualified immunity, by definition, means qualified immunity is a legal doctrine that shields government officials, including police officers, from liability in civil suits unless their conduct violates clearly established statutory or constitutional rights And a reasonable person would have known that the conduct was, um, excuse me, my phone was just ringing. Uh, that the person, hold on, that the conduct was unlawful. Essentially, it protects officials from being sued for actions that do not clearly violate established laws or rights. So, like, yeah, it's crazy. So that basically means that, and the reason why, like, police officers will say that, um, uh, I didn't violate somebody's rights, I didn't do this, I didn't do that, I felt like my life was in danger. Most of the time, as soon as they say that, then whatever they've done at that point usually gets thrown out. And the reason why, like, even prosecutors who hide evidence, like the Central Park Five, they did that. I just read a book called Framed by John Grisham and another gentleman, an amazing book. And they talk about how the the prosecution hid information, lied under oath. They were doing all kind of fucked up stuff, but you can't go after them. That's like a judge. Like, you can't go after them either. But so here's the thing, and I want to make sure people understand this. Qualified immunity does not, they they use that for officers. They're giving them that. But the reason why they won't let it go, the reason why they will not ever, ever get rid of that is because once you can start suing cops, you can also start suing politicians. You can also start suing governors. You can also start suing judges for the fucked up shit that they do. So if you ever wonder why you can never take these people to court, that's why. Because of that one law. Because it's called qualified immunity. Again, you guys see it. Read it for yourself if you need to. Okay? So that's what we're talking about. Is your power real or just fear dressed in force? That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. All right. Now this is the stuff that I wanted Benito to understand. So Yachty, take notes, dear. Take pics, all that good stuff. Number 8 is fraud. Identity without integrity. Success by deception. So the example is scammers who exploit the desperate. The other one is the good guy who lies for status or advantage. Or another person who poses to be like they're your friend. They get close to you, they know you, but you never know who they are. That is a fraud. A piece of shit and a really nice suit. And remember, a fraud is somebody who will maliciously and intentionally mislead you to believe one thing when there is something totally different. Their whole objective is to mislead you. Their whole objective is to become fraudulent. Their whole objective is to lie. It's to take advantage of. It is to steal from you. Whether that's your time, your energy, your resources, while they hold theirs close to the chest, you put yours out. Is this the type of person that Benito was talking about, Najati? How many of us know people like this? How many of us know frauds? How many of us know a fucking fraud? How many of us know a liar? I'm gonna say I. I know I do. Hmm? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Right? And here's the thing, and that's all I'm saying. Right? These are those individuals, man, who their whole objective, their whole objective is to shit on you every chance they get. Every chance they get. Leaving you stuck holding the bag. Because they always knew they were never your friend. You were always a friend to them, but they've never been a friend to you. And here's the thing, if you're only a friend to somebody when it's convenient for you, they're not your fucking friend. If you call them brother, if you call them sister, if you call them friend, only when you're doing something good for them, that's when they give you that title. Fucking run. Don't walk away from these people, run away from them. Do y'all hear what I'm telling you? Fucking run. Run. Don't walk, run. Remember, like your mama or your principal in school say, hey, stop that running. No, motherfucker, start running. You are in danger. Run. I'm telling you, I know people like this. Chris, do you know people like this? I'm just saying. And it gets to the point where sometimes you don't even know who the fuck you can trust because you put so much trust in people. And it's like, damn, I didn't even see that coming. You fucking hated me this whole time? You know what I'm saying? You did something to me so bad. Like, what the fuck did I do to you? Shit's heartbreaking. 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 And then it leaves you kind of looking at the people that you keep in your corner, kind of looking them up and down, like, huh, huh. You know what I'm saying? Keeping your comments a little closer to yourself. Because now you're scared to put your shit out there. Scared to tell people how you feel because they might turn that shit around on you. That's how frauds, that's how they operate. Okay? Ponder this. What mask are you afraid to take off? Even when you're alone. Like I said, what are we talking about? We're talking about the hell that we create for ourselves. The hell that we create for ourselves. Yeah, that part. You dare said that friends can see how these type of people treat you, and sometimes they're so naive. Um, and sometimes they're so naive, or so your friend, so you're faithful. Yeah, so you're faithful that relate to that relationship that you don't see it right. Now you're right. Yeah, you're so faithful to that shit, you don't even see it. And sadly enough, here's the thing: there's some things that I see that I still don't say nothing about. Even now, as a philosopher, as a life coach, as a fucking what did Chat GPT call me? Uh, a conciliary philosopher, right? Thought that was kind of funny. I see shit still to this day, and I don't say. No, I'm like, nope, nope. If they ask me about it, I might throw a little pebble, throw a little M&M, a regular chocolate M&M, not a peanut M&M. I'll throw you a tiny little, a little something, but I'm not going in on, what I'm really thinking or this that, and the other off top. I'm not doing that. If you know, then you know. Otherwise, I'm not. I'm not fucking with it. Yeah, that's where I'm at with it. All right, and last but not least, this, this is the one that I wanted Benny to see. That's a really good question, Yachty. Before before I graduated from coaching school, for instance, right? We had to sign this code of ethics paper that we cannot coach anybody that didn't ask us to. I'll say that again. I can't coach somebody who didn't ask me to. If a person, and I understand that. Here's the thing. So, unfortunately, because of who I am and what I do, I'm kind of perplexed. And when I'm the friend versus when I'm that coach, because those two things blend themselves together. And depending on what I say, I know that certain people take my words to heart. And I think that if they don't see anything wrong with certain things, I won't say anything regardless. I won't say nothing. Nothing. So I might feel a whole fucking way and will never say anything. Number one, it ain't my place to. Number two, it might be too personal. So I just kind of zip it and leave it alone. If it's not a life or death, I don't even say nothing. Like, honestly, I don't. And again, being around people that have been so fucking fake as fuck and fraudulent, I really, again, if I'm being paid to talk about it, then I'll talk about it. But if I'm not, I for the most part, I won't even say nothing. No, 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 not at all. Not at all. No, I don't. Yadi asks, do you walk away from that situation and never talk to them again? No, because sometimes if I need to talk to someone, oh, excuse me, if a person has a problem with somebody else, that has nothing to do with me. Now, if I see it, Again, if you don't say nothing, I'm not gonna say nothing because what I might see or interpret as an issue, as a problem, you may not see that as an issue or a problem. So if I bring that to your attention, I may now be creating a whole fucking problem for you that you never even thought about. If that makes any sense. Now, if I don't know you and we're just so happen to be talking and this and the other, even then, there, unless you ask me, and I'll give you an objective point of view on certain things or whatever. Um, but like again, that's if you're like my friend type shit. There's shit that I see people that I fuck with that I'm like, man, that's kind of weird. I don't say anything. I don't say anything to that person, and I don't say nothing to my friend about it. Nothing. Like I said, I could feel a certain way about a person and never tell them. Like, and that's happened before. Like good, bad, and indifferent. Like, I seriously, and I think like Jessica will tell you, like I've had crushes on people that I'm standing right there talking to you. You'd have no fucking idea. I've seen certain people go through shit that I can help them, but they didn't come to me for help. So I just sit and I listen, and I just try to be objective as much as I possibly can. So again, I think a lot of it depends on my relationship with people in general, but it also depends on what that issue is too. That sometimes I just won't say nothing. Hopefully that makes sense. So no, if it's my friend, I'm not gonna walk away from a friend. I may not talk about certain things, but I'm not just gonna walk away from them. Now Rebecca, on the other hand, is running deuces on your ass. Renita is running deuces on you. Me, I'll at least hang around a little bit longer. These two motherfuckers are done with you. All right. And so I hopefully that makes sense. Keep asking questions, though, Yachty. Keep asking. I love it. I love it. Thank you. All right, number 9, treachery. Betrayal of sacred bonds. Now what I this one is the last of 9. But I wanted you guys to notice something. There's 9 different sins. Each one is worse than the next. Worse than the next. If you think about it, violence, murder. Look at these. Fraud is worse than murder. I want you guys to think about that. Being a fraud is worse than murder. In this poem, it is worse than. Matter of fact, even in the 10 Commandments. Here, let me touch on that right quick. Let me show you. Hold on one second. Let me show y'all something. Where are we at? Okay. Boom. So hopefully you guys can see that. Let me see if I can make that bigger. Okay, there we go. God damn it, what? Sorry, guys. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this is the 10 Commandments. God damn it, Chris, I gotta take your thing off so people can see what I'm talking about. All right, there he is. It's off. Okay. So if you look, thou shalt not murder is the 6th fucking commandment. The 6th one. The 6th one. The 6th commandment. Isn't that crazy? Out of all these commandments, out of all of these commandments, that's the sixth one. The first thing is thou shalt not have no other gods before me. Right? Don't take don't take my name in fucking vain. Remember the Sabbath to keep it holy. Honor your mother and father. Then do not fucking kill anybody. Then don't commit adultery. Then, I mean, but rape is okay apparently. Right? As long as you're not married. Then don't steal. Then don't lie against your neighbor. Then don't take people's shit or don't covet. But the sixth one is don't kill nobody. And it's thou shalt not murder. People used to think thou shalt not kill. It was not kill. You just gotta kill shit to eat shit. Thou shalt not murder. Thou shalt not murder. I'm just saying. Shit. Right? But my point is this. This right here is seventh on this. But the worst one of these of all, the worst one of all, I think we might go a little over. The worst one of all, ladies and gentlemen, is treachery, fucking betrayal. Out of every one of these, I'm gonna make this bigger because to me it's that fucking important. Out of every one of these 9 things that you see here, 9 of them, as you guys can see, 9. Breaking trust for selfish fucking reasons is the worst thing you can do. It is the worst. See it, Miss Anya. It's the worst thing. Example is Judas betrayed Jesus. This is Dante's lowest fucking point. It's not that you had him killed. It's that you fucking betrayed your fucking friend. You betrayed him. I told you guys early on when we first started this, loyalty is a big thing for me. Huge thing for me. Keep your fucking word. If you're loyal, then stay loyal. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like that's crazy to me. His best fucking friend did him like that. I offer you salvation. You offer me to fucking you offer me to be up to the fucking enemy. Right? Example, a business partner who embezzles or then vanishes. A business partner who doesn't fucking pay bills. A business partner who fucking pillow talks. Pillow talking is talking to a fucking woman about another fucking man. If you guys remember, I showed y'all that video a couple nights ago that I showed my son what happens to people like that. You sitting up there laid up with a woman, sitting there talking, gabba-gobbing about another dude. And then you wonder why you get your whole fucking head shot off. I'm not saying that this youngin was justified in doing that to him. By no means. By no means. But bro, running your mouth to a woman while y'all laying down, talking about another man, fuck you think was gonna happen? To me, and I told y'all before, I would rather you go to the fucking cops than go pillow talk. Fucking rats, man. But to betray your fucking friend, to set him up, to line him up, to get fucked off, that shit is unforgivable. You guys understand where I'm coming from? To me, that shit's unforgivable. Not having the fucking balls to say shit to your fucking face. Yes, Yadi. Yes, Yadira. That's that shit I'm talking about. Out of all of these 9 sins, this is the worst fucking one. I just want y'all to see that. Out of all of them, this is the worst one. It ain't murder. It's not sodomy. It's not gluttony. Not limbo. No. It's fucking treachery. It's fucking betrayal. That is the worst sin you can fucking commit in his book. This is the worst one. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I mean, how many of us don't feel like that? Betrayal. Sheesh. That's all I'm saying. So what part? So the question is, what part of you are you betraying to belong, succeed, or survive? What part of you are you betraying to belong, to succeed, or even to survive? Yadi asks, that's why I asked why you wouldn't walk away if a person does this to you. It all depends on who it is and what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like if you have a contractual agreement with the person, then you got to do, you still have to fulfill that contractual agreement. You still have to. Now, would I ever fuck with that a person like that outside of this? Not at all. Not at all. No. Not whatsoever. So if that's what you're talking about, no. I would not fuck with that person. If I had to, then yes. Yeah. I mean, because here's the thing. And here's the thing. I'm not fucking with you because of how I feel about you. I'm not fucking with you because of how you feel about you. If you could betray somebody who has your best interest at heart, who loves, honors, and respects you, if you're cool to do that to them, homie, that says more about you than it says about me. I'm a fucking for real. I'm a real one. Regardless of where I'm at. Regardless of what you did to me, I'm going to stay who I am. I'm going to consistently keep trying to elevate. I didn't do shit to you. So why should I pull away from being who I am? I'm not going to function with you through shit I don't have to talk to you about. I ain't got your back no more. Like at all. Like I'm not fucking with you. Ever. I mean, if you're a rat, that's one thing. But to betray a person? Nah. No. That's what I was talking to my kid about. That shit's not cool. Not at all. And he's fucking 12 and I teach him this. When you're a grown ass man or woman, bro, that says more about you than it does about anybody else. That's all I'm saying. So again, that dude who did that shit to Benny, it says more about him than it says about Benny. But if Benny still had to talk to him, and now if Benny chose to never speak to that dude again for whatever reason, then that would actually be on Benny, not the other guy. You see what I'm saying? That dude, what he did to him is fucked up, yes. But that means that he's treacherous. He lives with betrayal. Benny doesn't. So Benny can be around him all day long. Matter of fact, the other guy, for the most part, is probably not going to want to be around Benny because of what he did. That's usually how that shit works. Hey, if you understand what I'm saying, that's how that works. That's not some shit that, oh, no, I ain't go fuck with him because of what he did. No, 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 no. I can still go fuck with people because I know I ain't did nothing to them. Now, if I hit you up and like, hey man, let's go chill, let's go talk. No, I got this going on, or I got that going on. Motherfucker, that says more about you than it does me. Because I didn't do anything to you. I ain't got no reason to duck and hide you. But if you're so fucked up because of what you did, then again, that says more about you than it says about me. That's it. That's it. Remember when we were doing that thing with the a couple weekends ago? And then such and such was like, hey, why don't you call such and such? And even you were like, why would he call? Because all such and such gonna do is stand there and make excuses like that person always does. I didn't even have to say nothing. You said that. Yeah. A friend asked, well, why don't you just not talk to him? I had to tell him that there was more than what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah. No. I understand exactly where Benny's coming from. It's, I felt the same way. And that didn't just happen once, that's happened multiple times. You know what I'm saying? When you feel a way about a friend and you just like, damn, bro, like, I can't believe you would turn on me like that. Unfucking provoked. Like, damn, homie, like you was always like that. And again, like you said, I didn't see that. But you know, it's so funny though. Although I didn't see it, other people around saw it. I didn't know. And it was because I didn't want to see it. Yachty, I didn't want to see it. Renita, you still here? Have you been around people like that, dear? Have you been around people like that where it's just like, man, I'm good? I mean, like that again, being a fraud, man, that's bad. But betrayal is to me far fucking worse. Far worse. Far worse. Right. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yes. 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 And that shit's yes. Act like the motherfucker ain't do nothing. I ain't do shit. Fucking loser. Whole fucking loser. Dead ass. Loser. So yeah, I do feel a way about that shit. I very much do. What did Drake say? Keep my circle so small it looks like a period. But again, though, I did keep my circle small, and that shit still happened. That shit still happened. That shit still happened. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit still happened. Man, you realize how often I sit back thinking like, man, I wish this person was what I thought this person was. Like I remember, I think about the laughs and the fucking fun fucking times we could be having. Oh my god. Oh my god. And the fucking betrayal is real. That shit is real. That pain is real. And you want to know what's so fucked up, Yachty? Is that I still love that motherfucking man. Still love him. I still love multiple people have done that. I just can't fuck with him like that no more. Again, if it was just on some shit like that, if it was just on some humbug shit, that's one thing. You know what I'm saying? If it's on some business or some fucking platonic type shit, something like that, I can get past that. If it's some money, this, hey man, we didn't get this, we didn't do this, blah, 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 I can get past that. I can get past the bullshit. I can get past that. That pillow talking, that betrayal, I cannot get past that. There is no retribution for that. Not at all. I can't. I can't. Again, like I said, if I did something, that's one thing. But ain't can't a motherfucker, it can't nobody. And you are my fucking witness. Say that I've ever said anything fucked up about nobody. Nobody. Even when bullshit was happening, I always told you, we don't pick sides. We move in one direction. Forward. I would love to move together, but some people ain't gonna come with us. That part, Renita. And you cannot. Here's the thing. I think you can put it back together. It's that our egos won't allow us to. Our experience based on that there won't allow us to. Because again, it's the mind. It's the mind breaking down and saying, no, 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 no. You already fucked me once. I'm not giving you the chance to do it again. That's not happening. That's not happening. I'm never giving you that chance. You won't get the chance to do it again. You won't get the chance to do it again. Anything that if I do have to talk to certain people, I keep my comments to a minimum. I keep my comments to a minimum. I don't ask a lot of questions. I state what I need to state, and I just fucking listen. I try my best not to say anything. And it's hard because I'm a fucking talker. I'm a goddamn talker. Don't excuse me. Sorry about that. But I'm a talker, man. Yeah, she said I was fed up being hurt. I understand it. Okay, Anya. But yeah, I don't know, man. But all right, man. I've kept you guys way past. Hold on. I don't know if it's just me, but I see it like a broken cup. It will still pour from smaller holes, but You're right. Yep. That's how I look at it. Yes, I agree. 100%. 100%. Yeah. Yeah. And again, I love that, man. She said, "No, you choose you." Yeah, and so did I. I chose to be loyal to myself because I mean, I think that we can only be loyal to other people for so long, man. And then we gotta let that shit go. But all right, though, guys, man, we this was a great one. I love this one. Um, I love this one. Thank you, guys. Thank you for just letting me just kind of just give you this man. This one, like I said before, man. This main one, this number 9, was a huge one for me. Huge. What do you mean? I did. I did start it earlier. Yeah, we started like 15 minutes in. But yeah, I mean, now this particular one, you're very much right. Like, yeah, this one here kind of needed its own fucking thing. But again, this is also that hell that we create for ourselves. So it just kind of is what it is, oh man. But all right, though, guys, I will see you guys tomorrow. I think we're probably gonna talk about some more principles, not these principles, but we'll talk about this other guy's shit. That's really cool. So, but anyway, I will see you guys tomorrow. Have an amazing night. Sleep well. Or made it a second part. You know what? You're right. I thought about doing that. You know, if I ever do it again, I will break them up. I'll break them up. Okay, I'll do like a week of Dante's Inferno. Right. But all right though, guys, man. Have a great night. I will I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night, which I've already said that. Um Sleep well, dream big. Bye.